Welcome to Joe's Astrology. This is the birth chart, at least as I am aware of Luigi Mangione, and there's no birth time, so this is incorrect. And let's keep it simple. I like to keep it simple here, Joe's Astrology, and let's take a look at some of the attributes, the main attributes that we're aware of as him being a popular person now in history. And that is the element that creates a assassin, a killer, a potential murder. And we're looking at Mars here conjunct the sun. I've seen videos and we could look at the signs and etc. But really we're looking at Mars and it's conjunct the sun. And we have the sign Aries, and that is ruled by Mars, and we have Saturn, Mercury, and Venus all in Aries. Then we come down here, and Pluto, the higher octave of Mars, is in Sagittarius, but it is squaring the nodes. And when Pluto squares the nodes here, we can see it's squaring that 8 degrees Virgo and then squaring the 8 degrees in Pisces. And when Pluto is squaring the nodes, there's something in the life that is coming to a head that is very important and something that a person feels as if they need to do, they need to resolve, they need to settle. And we're looking at a very much a back and forth between these two nodes in Pisces and Virgo. And this is the mental axis or a mental axis. And Sagittarius and Gemini is another mental axis. So this has to do with the mind, the psychology, and we can see he's also a moon in Virgo that's ruled by Mercury. And the sun, Mars in Taurus is in the Virgo decan, also ruled by, ruled by Mercury. And of course, coming back to Mercury here, Mercury is in that sign Aries, uh, ruled by Mars, and it's in the Leo decan, which we know if perhaps out of all the signs um, that could be associated with a something of this matter, Leo is certainly can be associated in its uh, darkest form as evil. So continuing on here, we can look at the aspects. This is when we're talking about the mind, we're talking about the fogginess of everything that you can create with the imagination. The south node here being with Jupiter. We're talking about the imagination. We're talking about Neptune, and he has that Venus. Venus in Aries, ruled by Mars, making an almost exact sextile to Neptune. You can look at some of these other aspects. We don't really know where the moon is. It could be even potentially closer to Libra. But it is making a inconjunct as it is somewhere around here. It is possible that it's making an inconjunct back to Saturn, Mercury, and particularly Saturn. There's an inconjunct there, and that's the Virgo inconjunct, the 150 degrees. The moon is moving. The moon is waxing towards a full phase with Saturn, and that can create more of this mental anguish of making a decision, um, potentially unsure of things, trying to figure things out. We can see that Mars is potentially touching the moon in a trine as well, and as well as the North Node. So we can look more here at Mars, because this is really what we're talking about here. He has a Mars-Jupiter sextile. So whatever he's into, he can create this very ambitious, really person who's really the philosophy, the beliefs are expanded and really amplified by Mars. can see Uranus is squaring the sun, and Uranus being in Aquarius, this could be something that it's also squaring Mars. This can make a person very dynamic, very electric, capable of doing some kind of sudden act, or being um, touched by some kind of sudden act that would change a person's life or could damage a person's life. So I think really not looking any further than that. That's the main. Those are the main placements. By no means does this create a person like that, but it does create a life that can be dealing with things that are of this Mars-like and Pluto-like nature. So there's possibly a little bit more here that you could come up with, but to me that's the best way to simplify what we're looking at here, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.